All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Like I was saying before I hit record, this is going to be the last week that we do the Power 30s in the morning because my schedule is going to be changing with this new position that I have. So we're going to be moving it to evenings. I think it'll probably work out a lot better for a lot of us, just in the evening to just get a quick 30 minutes of IPAs in. So I will definitely keep you updated as far as that goes. But let's just go ahead and dive in. I'm going to put the timer on for 5 minutes and we're going to do products on stories if you haven't done it already, or if you have already put your products on your stories, then use this time to bump up your post from yesterday, and you can do 3, 2, 1s on anyone who commented or liked your post from yesterday. I took a little bit of time doing this during our Wake Up with Jesus Zoom, just because I had so much interaction on my post from yesterday. So I've got this timer set for that, and I will put the music back on. Christina, we're doing products on stories or bumping up our posts or reels or lives from yesterday. 3, 2, 1 in on the people who commented or liked them. So, and thank you so much for hopping on, everybody.
Hey, I have a question.
Okay, let me. Yes, darling, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not tech savvy. Okay, so
You're
how do you
okay.
bump up your post,
Okay,
and
so
what are the
the
reels?
the way that you bump it up is by actually like going in there and interacting on it. Like I'll like or love like the post. I think it's perfectly fine to like your own post, or I will go through if someone has commented on it, then I'm gonna respond back to them, or respond back to put like or whatever, like their comment or whatever. And what that does is it bumps your post back up into like the news feed. It does something with the algorithm. I'm not a genius with algorithms, but I do know that like if you go back to what you had posted the day before and you interact with it and respond to the people, it puts it back in the same, like it's going to show it continuously. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I should have
Okay.
known that. Thank you.
No problem. No, it's okay. I didn't know it either until I think it was Britt who actually shared that with us. So no, you're good. So we'll do that. And it really helps too, because people are people are on social media at different times throughout the day, and they may not see it when it first comes out. So I like to go back, and it gives you a chance to really go back and interact with those people who took the time to like and comment on your stuff and build those relationships with them, and it gives you an opportunity for more people to see it.
Okay.
All right. That was a good question, Heather. Let's see where we're at. We've got about a minute left of that. And you can always go back. And I like to do it throughout the day because, like I said, people are on social media at different times. So, we always get the notifications if someone commented on our stuff. So it's really good. Like, I think it was Britt or Becca that was saying yesterday, not yesterday, but Sunday, that you're going to get back what you put out. So it's like going back and responding to people. It's really important because that's going to get them to continue to come to your page and, see what you have and value you, and not just see you as someone trying to sell them something or someone trying to promote something, but as an actual person that wants to get to know someone else. So.
Um,
Yes.
what's
Oh, I thought you were trying to say something, Christina. Okay, so that is the timer on that. So next, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on. I know it may not take that long, just depending. And we're gonna do birthdays. And you guys know this is one of the one and done IPAs. I actually did a new birthday video yesterday, so I was real excited about. I didn't sing my old video. I was singing on it, but this one I just kind of was talking to them and wishing them a happy birthday. But those, I think it was like, I think it was Shakira and Candy. I don't remember which of the two created that idea of the birthday videos, but ever since that, I have ran with them. And sometimes I'll fluctuate and I'll do like a voice message, but I always go into the inbox, unless it's a guy. That's not really my thing. I just write on the wall. I don't know. It's personal preference. You can do whatever you want, but I just normally, if it's a guy's birthday, I just write on their wall. If it is a woman, I do want to be more personal and I jump in the DMs. However, that looks to you. If that's doing a video, which is really good because videos, they help save time. Like it's a good way to get all of that done, like in a smart, fast way. Or if you just voice message, but there's no right or wrong way with that. So, and I already have the timer going. And I'm just going to let this music play. This is a good one too. And like I said before on another one of the Power 30s, if you don't have a lot of birthdays, that's definitely an indication to, continue growing your network. And you can go through on the people who have birthdays the day before. If you didn't have a lot, you can go through on yesterday's birthdays and ask them how their day went, ask them what they did for their birthday, or you can go to the day at like tomorrow's and ask them what their plans are and just like interact on their page. It's a good way to utilize that power hour time if you don't have a lot of birthdays for today. I need to pay attention to make sure nobody's talking. Yeah. Okay, that is the timer for I'm getting a call. That is the timer for that. So we're gonna go ahead since we're on Facebook already, and we're gonna take about 5 minutes and we're going to interact on our Facebook stories. So let me set that timer. And I really like doing this because I feel like that's where everybody's at. Everybody's in your stories. I mean, people do post, and they go live and stuff, but not as much as we do. We know how to utilize that for our lives and, things like that. But people are in their stories. That's where they're showing off their kids, they're driving in the car, playing their favorite music, like all of the things. So, we're going to take this time and just really go in there and be intentional, find something to bring up a conversation, find a way to ask a question, find a way to be able to get to know that person if you don't know them, that well. So I've got 5 I got 5 minutes on the clock starting out, and we will go. I'm sorry if that's really loud. I was trying to. And a good way to get on stories too and see like recent things is I go into my messenger. They got a whole praise session going on. I feel like I'm yelling over it. Go into the messenger and then go down to people, and it's going to pull up like all the stories right there, and it's going to pull up the people who are active right now, and you can go and engage on their stories. It'll show the little green light. So I like to go in there first. That way you can see the people who are on right at this moment, and you can engage with them on their stories and stuff. But that's just an idea. So let's get the praise back on. Something has
Tisa, Tiffany says she's in the waiting room.
Oh, I see that. Thank you. I'm sorry. Look, it's this. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad about look, wanted me to do a new video. Yes, Shakira. I was just like, I just needed to do one. I wasn't even like all the way together, but I don't know. I just had that little tug on my heart yesterday morning, and I was like, just do it. I'm trying to be more intentional about like doing it whenever it's on my mind instead of thinking about it too much. Okay, that's the timer. Let me pause this. All right, that's the timer for that. That was good timing, Tiff. I'm so sorry you're in the waiting room, girl. I'm over here in the DMs. It goes down in the DMs. Okay, so we're gonna do another. While we're still on Facebook, we just were interacting in stories. We're gonna take about 5 minutes and add to our network. And me and Heather were talking about this last night. You don't have to have a bunch of people in this business starting out, because every day we want to continue, gaining new friends and adding people and getting to know them and stuff. So that's why I feel like there's a couple of different ways you can go about going, adding to your network on Facebook, because it's a little more personal. I like to do, it's kind of touch and go. I like to do mutual friends with that, but with us being from a small town, we have a lot of our teammates, we have a lot of the same mutual friends. So it's kind of like you don't want to step on toes, but at the same time, like when you're building real relationships, you're not going into it with the thought of this person is going to be a promoter, or this person is going to be a customer or whatever. So I don't think it's so much stepping on toes that you're genuinely trying to get to know someone. I mean, because at the end of the day, people are going to go to who they're aligned with. People are going to go to who they're going to go to, so I like to do mutual friends. Let me put the timer on here because y'all know I'll be talking. I like to do mutual friends, but I also like to get in the groups. I just really started like doing well with groups, because at first I felt like it was super overwhelming, because I'm like, there is a lot going on. I'm in 1,000 different groups and they're always posting, like, how do I keep up? But I like to go to groups that I like it. So I encourage you, like, if you're not in groups, to, be in a group that is something, something that you're interested in, something that like fills your cup or whatever. And then you can also go to, what is it? I guess it's called Reels in the Facebook stories. Like I like to go on those, or I'll go on the Facebook videos. You know how they pop up the different videos that you can watch, and you click on it and then it's like a ton of other videos. I like to go on there. Sometimes I get in a rabbit hole, but I'll see who liked and commented, and I'll go on their pages and I'll add from there. So you can really add to your network in so many different ways. But the key to it is being intentional, like really seeing if it's someone that you can connect with and vibe with them, not just adding to have numbers, because that kind of defeats the purpose. If you're just adding a whole bunch of people and then you don't have anything in common, you can't really make any genuine connections. So I'm going to put the music back on and try my best to continue watching the weight room, because I'd be bad about that sometimes. And whenever you're in groups, you don't want to just go ahead and like add them. You want to make sure you're interacting and like building relationships first. Like make sure you're going in there and you're like engaging in the groups and posting. I know Christina has shared a lot about that. Like she'll ask questions and stuff like that, which is really good because it gets other people to engage with you, and then we're curious people, so they may go to your page and be like, oh, she seems like somebody who's dope, and like go from there. So I don't like to actually just go like in my group and then add people unless I've like already started talking with them and stuff. Because it's not like Instagram, it's more personal. Tiff, was you about to say something, boo? I seen your green light. Anybody has anything?
I didn't even know I was unmuted. My bad.
It's okay. No, that's fine. Like if anybody has anything to add, feel free to chime in, at any time. Like we're almost done. Y'all know I don't like to stay on nothing too long.
Something real quick, just a group
Yeah.
suggestion.
Hmm.
So I know when I lived in Knoxville, there was like Knox Moms Network or something like that. We have that here too, but we also have like Milwaukee with Kids and Milwaukee Moms. I can't even think. So like there's like multiple different groups that have to do
With the
that are
location.
like ran by like an actual legit like organization.
Oh.
Um, so I think I like Googled like Milwaukee mom pages or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, and then from Google I went over into Facebook and found like local pages that way instead of just adding a bunch of random like mom groups because we all know how those are.
Yes. And honestly, that kind of is what pushed me away from groups in the beginning. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, some of these people are great, like especially like the single mom groups and stuff. I'm like, yeah, listen, I don't want to be a bitter Betty. Okay. Like, yes, the struggle be real sometimes, but I cannot with the with the craziness. I'm like, that's what you just have to find your people. Definitely. But that's a good idea. Thank you, Christina. I will have to check on that.
I used to
Okay.
not be in groups, but I actually found one and I just made like a general post and it was just like I put a post up of my kids and I was like, hey, my kids are homeschooled, this is their ages, and we're looking for play dates or whatever. And of course I had to weed out, the random weird, not weird,
Right.
but people I didn't align with in my
Yeah.
DMs about like I'm like, no, my kids wouldn't like them. And I'm not
Right.
trying to be mean, but my
I
girls
know
are,
what you said.
you
Yeah.
know, they're like, no, she weird. So, but I found this one mom who is a writer for Knoxville Moms like newsletter, and
Oh,
we're supposed
cool.
to be setting up like a content day with the kids at the park. And I'm like, wow, like this is so dope. Like, okay, I should have did this alone, but I mean, timing is everything. But so don't
It
sleep
is.
on all the groups. Like, I guess you just got to weed them out and really like be yourself and find who
Hmm.
you align with.
Right. And I love that you said that too, because I think that falls back into being intentional. Like you didn't go into it just like trying to get people, like you wanted to genuinely put it out there, like someone to have to create relations and friendships with you and your kids. And whenever you do anything with intention, I feel like God always responds to that. So I love that. That's dope.
Absolutely. It was not ill intended, like I'm just here to try to get customers and someone to
Hmm.
join my group. You know what I mean?
Right. Right, absolutely. Okay. Well, the timer went off for that, and I'm just gonna make this the last one. We're just gonna hop over to Instagram because we have not spent a lot of time on IG today. Because you guys can all we know how to do this, but it's the work back. So we're just gonna spend a good 5 minutes on IG stories, and then you can utilize everything that we did from earlier on Facebook and bring that over. I mean, I know Instagram doesn't have like groups and everything, but theirs is a little different. You can add to your network from hashtags, searching different things, and doing it that way. So we're going to spend 5 minutes in our stories and wrap it up for the day. So I got the timer on, and I always have to like scroll through because I usually interact or go and watch all of y'all's stories at night before I go to bed. So y'all's is always the first ones like in the front. So I always have to like scroll through and go past all of my fellow thrivers and then engage on stories that way. So put the music on for a second. And I truly appreciate you guys hopping on. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, that no, it's no problem. That was my biggest thing. Like whenever I decided to do it, Shakira, I just wanted a time, like just a small chunk of time that we can do like the main IPAs and just be intentional with it and then go about our day. Because sometimes we're doing the things, but there's also so much else going on that I feel like, oh, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm like, I feel like I'm kind of half-ass doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if I just carve out this specific time and just like put my timers on and intentionally do this, then I know that I got a good, valuable chunk of work done. And then if the rest of life gets crazy, because it does, then I know that I spent some time today being intentional. And I believe that when you do anything with intention, God responds to that always. So you are so very welcome. I'm thankful for you guys. I wouldn't have the courage to like step out and do this if it wasn't, for this tribe and like pouring into each other and all of the things. So and don't be afraid to talk to people in these in the DMs. I don't know half the people that like I don't have very many like mutual friends or people that I knew on my Instagram, like friends from like I do Facebook, but I'm all up in their stuff. I'm asking all kinds of questions. They're probably like, who is this weirdo? Like, don't be afraid to do that because that's the only way you're gonna get to know people is to just like to put it out there. And that's my personality. Like if you're more of a shy person, it's going to be coming out of your comfort zone. But me, I'm like, hey, girl, hey, look, and I'm running out of time. So, which is fine because we're almost done. I'm not going to upgrade. Okay. And that was the timer. Okay. I just wanted to finish up. So, like I said, that's pretty much all I have for today. You guys know, y'all know the IPAs, engaging, interacting, growing our network, just being friends. Like, so good to have us all together. Oh, I love you, Heather. Heather did so bomb last night on her live. So shout out her. But yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I'm starting a new job. It's from home, thank you, Lord. But my hours, look, so I'm stealing somebody's story and they get their praise on. You're so welcome, Christina. The hours are going to be like 8:30. So it's going to be, I'm going to move the Power 30 from 9 a.m. I'm still trying to play around with it. I have training for the next 2 weeks. I start next Monday and training will be at 10. So I'm thinking that we'll probably do the Power 30 either in the evenings or like super early. So if you guys have any like thoughts or preferences, because I want it to be something that, we all can utilize in our time. And so early mornings are kind of tough for me because I really need to like pour into myself super heavy before I get my day going. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be in the evening. So if you guys have any ideas like on time frames that would like work for you, you can definitely put it in the chat and, I'll consider it, but I'll definitely let you guys know. And like I said, I appreciate y'all so, so much. I'm grateful for y'all loving and supporting and just like feeling like this is a good safe space. And I will talk to you guys a little later. I hope everybody has a great rest of their morning.